Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can probably see, I have lights by my bed, so I've already made a difference to my room, and I think it's really nice and subtle change and just makes everything look a lot sort of nicer. Today I'm going to be telling you guys a story about the NANDOS trip from hell. So let's set the scene. It was the day we broke up for our Christmas holidays, but we had a half day, so we decided to go to NANDOS. We decided this like a couple of weeks before, like a week before, and we made a Snapchat group with the people who were going to NANDOS. And someone, I'm not going to say their name, they invited a couple of other people who we didn't really not want them to come, but we wanted to keep it a small group, and we'd sort of already decided who was coming. So they, understandably, thought they were coming because someone invited them. And we were a bit confused, like, why are we there? We didn't invite them. They weren't on our group or on our chat, and so we said that we're really sorry, but like we've already made a group of who were going to go, and we'd all like planned for it, and you've just come along and you haven't really, like, I understand. And then afterwards we found out who invited them, we got a bit annoyed at them, but and they said okay, fair enough, we'll go. So we got to NANDOS, that was all fine. They went to GBK or something, and so we had a table by the window, and that was all fine. Then straight away some people who came were a bit sort of like noisy and loud and stuff, and especially the person who actually invited the other people, and we were making a lot of noise, and you didn't really realise it, well, at least we didn't realise it in that case, but when you go quiet, everyone else is doing exactly like the same quietness, and we're just being really loud. And so then some year 10s came in and started like being all patronising and annoying and stuff, and we got a bit annoyed at them. And so yeah, we carried on being a bit noisy, and then the manager or something came over and said, look, it's not a playground, stop being noisy, otherwise we're gonna have to chuck you out, which I thought was a bit harsh. Like, we're 12-year-old people, we're not like adults being really disruptive. I understand we're being quite loud, but it was a bit harsh to just say, you're not outside, you're little babies or whatever, we'll shut you out if you're making any noise. So we were really careful then, and one person on the group was like, literally guys, we've already been embarrassed, please don't do anything else. And literally on cue, we'd ordered a glass of, you know, you get glasses at NANDOS, and someone came over with a stack of them, about 3 of them, and he put them down and he nudged them slightly, and they came crashing over. So now glass was everywhere, all over the table. The manager, I can't remember who it was, like the guy at the place, and he was furious at us, absolutely furious. He was like, what are you doing? The year 10s were going off like, oh, I'm in year 7s, what are they doing? They're so stupid. So I was just sitting there like, and then I realised there was some glass under where I was sitting because it had shattered and gone, and it was all over the floor, and there were bags everywhere, so we had nothing to do. So I had to stand up. There were some bits like encrusted in my trousers, so I had to like take those out. And there was a cleaning guy who came over to pick up all the glass. Like that was okay. We were a bit annoyed now. One person wanted us to like leave and go somewhere else, but we'd already paid for our meal. Which, by the way, if you've been to NANDOS before, you know it's not a bill. You go up and pay like before you get your meal. But some people went up, so we said to like a couple of people, they said, oh, we'll order for you. So they went up, that was fine. That is the worst thing to do at NANDOS. You have to order separately. So they were using their money, and then they came back and like, who's got a spare £20? And I was like expecting to get some change. I gave them the money that I had, and they took it and just used all of it. And so, I mean, I think one person got some change from back. I mean, it wasn't really their fault, but some people didn't even pay at all. They just kept quiet when they kept on coming back. And really what you're meant to do at NANDOS is you're meant to go up, one by one and say, we're on this table, can I please have da 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 da? And they come over and you all have paid separately, and that's fine. But we did it in such a bad way that like some people didn't even pay for their meal, which is ridiculous if you're going to a food place. Now this person turned up who I like him. He's actually probably gonna watch this video. We prank called him in me and NANDOS video, and we didn't think he was gonna come because the people who we had told, we had said, sorry, this was our group, would you mind like going somewhere else? And they went off as a group and they were fine. But he had like I think he's got a trombone. He had a trombone lesson at midday, so he'd missed half an hour. He came out half an hour late because it was a half day, and he turned up to NANDOS and he said, and it was the same person who invited him. He was like, oh, I got invited by can I please stay? And we were like, well, that would be fine because we didn't want to say go away, but we don't have any space on our table. So he had to like squeeze it next to us, and we'd already ordered our meal by this point. So we said, look, you can have a drink, that's fine. And then, so yeah, he got a drink. He was sitting there for about half an hour, and then we told him that they don't give you your drink, you have to go up and get it from the dispensable thing. So that was a bit of a, it's just, up to this point, I was feeling like, I want to get out of here because we're making a scene of ourselves. Then, so there are two people with us who had got a detention for, I think, stealing like a bit of someone's cookie. I think they gave it back as well. So it was a bit of a ridiculous detention. And then that person's mum, I forgot to say, on the way to NANDOS, that person's mum was like, oh, I didn't know you were going to NANDOS. Where is it? Because they didn't really know the area, because I think they just moved there or something. And he said, just follow, I think, I can't remember where we got off. We got the bus down the road, and he told her where to get off, and she got off. She finally turned up, and we were like, okay, this person didn't have any money, so that's why she had come. And so he was like, oh, can I please just have some chicken wings and something else? And she was like, okay, that's fine. And she had ordered an extra hot plate of chicken wings, I can't remember something else. But he had to eat it pretty much. And and we all felt a bit sorry for him because he was just sitting there eating some extra hot food, which, can I say, he was actually handling it quite well. Like, I struggle with hot, but he was actually doing quite well. At least that was something to end on. I went away from that feeling like, wow, that was a fiasco, but it was still quite funny. And also, it makes a good YouTube video. I think that was quite, I know that was quite a short story, but I thought it was quite funny. I hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.